Hello, this is Peace the Gypsy checking in from my balcony in Changzhou, China. And I just want to give you guys some updates. I've been out here for a month now, and I just wanted to tell you basically how life is out here as an expat. Um, I'm really enjoying myself out here. Definitely way more pros than cons, and we'll start getting into that in a second, actually. One of the major things I really like about being out here is very low cost of living. So even just meals, transportation, everything is extremely affordable. And that's one of the main things that I'm enjoying because you can really save money out here. And big portions, usually get soup, and for what you would normally spend, probably like at least $10, $15 in the States, $2. You know, you're full, you get a full meal, the food is healthier, so most people lose weight. Like, I've already lost a couple of pounds, and it's just a healthier lifestyle overall. Transportation. When I flew into China, I flew in through Beijing, and I was in Beijing overnight, and then I took a train from Beijing here, which is about 10 hours. China is huge, so this isn't even, I didn't even cover like half of China. But it was 10 hours, which was an overnight train, and they had beds, so I slept the whole time. But they also have a bullet train, which is like half the time, 5 hours from there, from Beijing to Changzhou. Um, but I took the overnight train. That itself, you're not going to spend more than 30, $40. So, I mean, to be able to cover that much, land, and you're only spending like 30, $40 is amazing. And so I'm only like 2 hours from Shanghai, and you can take a train there, which is a bullet train as well. So it really only takes an hour to get to Shanghai. And that you're not going to spend more than 15, $20. You can get anywhere around China on the bus, and it's super cheap. They have the bus and they have the BRT. And the BRT is pretty much just like a straight course. I take the BRT to get to work. I'm only one stop away from my school that I teach at, and you can take that all around Changzhou. Very, very efficient. You don't wait long. You get there and there's a bus. It's super fast, and it's only one kwai, which is basically 15 cents. So you're only spending 15 cents to get around China. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, one of the main methods of transportation are e-bikes. So I'm considering getting one. They're really cheap. You can get an e-bike for like 2,500 kwai, a really good one for 2,500 kwai. You can get one for like 1,500, 2,000, which we're really only talking $400, 400, 450. And to be able, that's a great investment because you basically just charge it in. It's electric, so you just charge it before you leave. When you get to certain places, if you're going to the supermarket or something, they always have like charger stations for your e-bike. You just plug it in, you do your shopping, or 9 times out of 10, your employer has a garage and they have outlets. You just plug in your e-bike while you're at work, it's charging, you're done with work, you're gone. So probably within a month or so, I'm going to go ahead and invest in an e-bike. You just have to be very like cautious out here because like they'll pull out and they won't even look. Like back home, of course, you're gonna look, and then when you pull out, you look again, just to be sure. But here, they don't even look. Like, they just pull out, like, oh, you're not gonna hit me. And I'm really surprised, knock on wood, that I haven't seen any bad accidents out here because the driving is reckless. Like, it's crazy. Taxis are like super cheap out here. So I can get a taxi for like a 30-minute ride for $4 or $5. It's ridiculous. Like, back home in the States, you get Uber, or you get, God forbid, you get a taxi because taxis are ridiculous. But if you even take Uber, like in any big city or whatever, you're gonna spend probably at least 20, 30 bucks. So the major issue, of course, coming out here as an expat is the language barrier. You can determine whether you see that as a pro or a con. I think there are pros and cons to it equally. Actually, no, I think there are more pros than cons. Um, Cons, of course, you get a lot of stares out here, especially being black. You know, they don't see many black people. I'm pretty sure I'm the first black person thousands of these Chinese people have seen. So it's definitely a curiosity factor for them. They're not being rude when they stare. It's like a shock to them. Like, oh my God, I've never seen a person that looks like you. I've heard some people get touched. Fortunately, I haven't been touched, so that's a good thing. Um, for me, it's just stares. When I first got here, like the first week, I was very uncomfortable with the stares, but I think I've gotten used to it now. A pro for me is majority of the time I just don't want to be bothered. Like I just want to go to work, go to the store, go where I'm going, nobody talk to me. You know, as antisocial as that sounds, a lot of times that's what I want. In the States, especially in Atlanta, where I'm from, you can't even go to the gas station without getting hit on. Like it's just after a while it's aggravating. You just want to go and handle your business and not be bothered. So here as an expat, you could do that. You can just go about your business. People will look at you. That's like the biggest thing. But nobody's going to really talk to you because 9 times out of 10, they're assuming that you don't speak Chinese. So even when I do have more Chinese under my belt, I'm not going to really let them know because then you have to explain where you're from. Something I learned from my fellow teachers here is that they will ask you how much you make. And that is, you know, in the West, especially in the States, it's like, don't ask me how much I make. That's very personal. But here, it's normal to them. Like, that's almost like the second or third question that they'll ask you. Like, where you from? What do you do, or where do you work? And then the third question is, how much do you make? So that's something that I'm pretty sure I will never get used to because that's a rule of thumb for me. Like my mom even taught me that growing up. Like never tell someone how much you make. That's your business. But this is a cultural difference. You don't have to tell them. I'll probably crack a joke like, not enough. I don't make enough. Something like that. Just be done with that conversation. Public bathrooms, dirty. It's just something that you just have to get used to. And they're set up, especially for women, this is an adjustment. They're set up like almost like if you've ever been to the country and you've seen like an outhouse. It's pretty much just like a hole and you squat over it and you use the bathroom. That takes a little bit of adjusting, but you have to carry your own toilet paper everywhere, which I'm used to because I lived in Peru for a little while, so I'm used to having to carry my own toilet paper. But you also probably want to carry like some hand sanitizer or some soap because a lot of times the bathrooms don't have them. So when you think about all of that, that's when you kind of start thinking that, you know, as far as hygiene goes, it's not really the same that it's not what you're used to. They have a lot of fast food here. Unfortunately, some of it's not the same. Like Pizza Hut, I haven't been, but I was told don't even waste my time because it's not anywhere near the same. They have KFC, which I had. KFC was actually pretty good. It was actually really good. I enjoyed it, and it was cheaper. Like it was only a couple of bucks, and I still got like a sandwich and fries, chicken sandwich and fries. Can you hear this guy? He's like right outside my apartment. Yeah. What else? There's Burger King, there's McDonald's. Both of those I don't eat, but I mean, you won't have a problem getting those. The only like fast food that I miss is Chick-fil-A. Like, I love Chick-fil-A, and that's like the only thing that I really miss. But other than that, you can find a lot of things out here. It's not that hard. Of course, things are cheaper as far as clothing. Um, Overall, just shopping period is cheaper. There's a lot of censorship out here, so um, there's ways around it. So don't freak out. Like I had a breakdown, so I'm the only foreigner in my neighborhood. But I like it that way because I get more of a cultural experience. You know, um, I'm really just like one stop away from a lot of my workers on the bus. So, I keep looking over here because my neighbor's outside doing laundry. So that's why I keep looking over here. 360. See my neighbor. See my neighbor? Yes, she's doing laundry. Sun is out today. Yay! So we're gonna go get food and you guys come along.